Hi guys, I'm back. Thank you for being patient with me. I've had a really rough trot over the last probably six weeks all up. But I feel good now. I feel a little bit energised and out of pain as much as I can be, and ready to start doing some more tutorials. So today I thought I'd choose another hair colour like a red, a beautiful red colour. So this is one of Jasmine's from her book Mermaids, and it's the Little Mermaid. So I wanted a hair colour that would sort of fit in with the rest of the picture. And it's probably not as red as officially the Little Mermaid's hair is, but I really like the way it turned out. So I'm going to try to replicate, well, I've got the colours, so I'm going to try to replicate this hair colour, and we're going to be working on Steelbourne's Mermaid. So let me just show you a couple of things and then we'll get started. Excuse me if I'm sort of a little bit all over the place, but just trying to get my act together after a long break. This is the actual hair colour, as you can see. Sorry, just getting these angles right. That I ended up, any hair colour that I really like, I end up grabbing one of Mariola's hair inspirations and trying it out so that I've got it in my hair book. And I'll do a flip through of my hair book so you can see what I'm talking about. But any colour that I want to see, I will automatically do in one of her illustrations so that I can physically see it. And when I flip through my book, if I'm looking for a particular colour, I can go, yeah, that's the one I need. So that is the same Little Mermaid hair colour, which we're going to be doing in Sia's illustration. So firstly, I've done a little bit of this already, just to I was just mucking around with it, and I really went pretty much for the Little Mermaid's colouring, which is the purple and the green for her little fishtail. So we're going to be doing that beautiful sort of orange red in this hair colour. All right, just briefly, I just wanted to take you through Steelbourne. This is from her Mermaid Summer Adult Colouring book. I will put her details. I think you can get the PDF from her website, or you can order the book through Amazon. She has some beautiful illustrations. I'll just a couple that I really like. It's got the more traditional sort of mermaids, on a rock, that sort of thing, on the beach. But they're quite cute. They're quite cute little illustrations. But then she's got a couple that are just adorable. These sorts of ones. So this is obviously under the sea. So she's got a couple that are quite interesting, where you could sort of really do some stuff under the sea with these illustrations. They're adorable. They're really cute. So I'm going to be doing a few of these because I think they're just really lovely. So I will put in the description how to purchase Sia's work. Mermaid Summer Adult Colouring Book is what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's put a board on this beautiful little girl. And I picked this one. Could have picked any of them. I love this one because what I'm going to be doing is obviously the light from above. It's going to be sort of a gradient sort of thing, so it's going to be quite light up the top, and as we go darker, we're going to go darker as we go into you know, the bottom of it where the light isn't hitting it as much. So I thought we're going to do something very similar to the hair, so almost like a reverse ombre. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So perhaps a little bit lighter where the light's hitting it, and darker as we go down. So we've actually got 5 colours instead of 4. Wow, it's unusual for me. So we've got darkest to lightest. We've got, that's Crimson Lake. Hell, where's my... No, we've got, should have Tuscan. I'm going to have to go and grab that. Terracotta. We've got Cardamom Orange Hue. We've got Goldenrod. And we've also got Canary Yellow. And you're just going to have to excuse me for 5 seconds while I run and get my Tuscan Red. Should have had it with me. I won't be long, guys. Sorry. I've got 3 dogs at the door, all going, why have you got the door closed, Mum? Sorry I wasn't organised then. I literally grabbed, because I was working with Tuscan and Crimson Lake last night, and I just grabbed the wrong one. So Tuscan Red, here we go, just going to sharpen it. Not with that sharpener, we're not. Alright, this one. Sorry, I'm a bit disorganised. I haven't done this for a while. I did do this exact video. Well, not this exact because I'm rambling now, but I did do this hair video a couple of weeks ago when I was feeling okay. I wasn't feeling great, but I was feeling a lot better. And I used my new video camera. And then when I went to upload it, lo and behold, it didn't record. So I've had heaps of problems with it. I think it's just, I just don't mesh well with technology. I couldn't get the angles right. I wasn't going to feel comfortable. So yeah, the video camera is going to be a no-go. But let's get started and then I'll let you know what we're doing. Now, unusually for me, we're going to go, because I want to highlight the areas where I want it lightest, where the sun's actually hitting certain areas. I'm going to start with my lightest pencil, which is the Canary Yellow. And I just want to play around, oops, very sharp, just with the areas that I sort of want the light from above to be hitting. Right, so there, maybe a little bit here. going to be darker in there, obviously darker here, maybe a little bit here. I'm going to actually do that whole area. Okay, good. And then okay, we can always go over it with one of the other colours if we're not happy, but just wanted to get those. So I've got a vision for this picture. Okay, we'll see how that goes. All right, now back to actually what I might do. I'm going to change it up even more. Okay, so we'll see how this works. Now I've got my Goldenrod, so again, we're actually going lightest to darkest now, which is not what I normally do, as you know. I just want to see how I can fiddle around with it and just see if it comes out with the vision that I had for this piece. Notice I'm not really doing strokes with this particular one because it's not a realistic illustration, because it's, you know, fun and it's mermaids and things like that. I'm not too worried about creating strokes or any of those things that I might if I was trying to make it more realistic. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm just going to go with how I feel. I'm going to put a little bit more yellow in there, but yeah, so just canary yellow again, just to darken up those areas a bit. Maybe a little bit more there. Okay, so I've got the goldenrod. Just once I get into a bit of a rhythm, I'll talk more. And cadmium orange hue. And I'm just doing a fairly medium pressure, not really, medium to light. And I'm going to go into this area as well. And the glasses need to go on. That's better. Doing quite a light pressure there. I just want to see how it comes together, and then I might backtrack and make things a little bit darker. Okay, that's goldenrod. So I'm just working with the three lightest colours at the moment. and Canary. Alright, I think that's quite cute actually. Now I want to bring in Terracotta and the Tuscan. And what I'm going to do is Tuscan. Just where her hair's sort of that big section's flipping over, so this is under shadow, this part. Just want to see how this looks. And Terracotta now. And Cadmium or orange. Just going to darken that up a bit because I like that. Yeah, I think that's cute. Just make sure you guys can see this. Oh, actually, I might have, sorry guys. Blaming hell. It has been a long time since I've done this. There we go. That's better. Alright, so I'm sort of happy with that. So I'm just going to darken it up slightly. So cardamom, orange, and then we'll get our goldenrod, because I really want the canary yellow really to be sort of just where the light's sort of hitting it from above. So even just going over the cardamom. Just with the goldenrod, and then we'll do it on the other side, because now we're going to get into the darker areas. All right. Canary, just to shore up this area where the light's hitting it. Make sure I'm happy with it. I think I'm going to have to move that light. I think am I putting too much shadow over it? Yeah, I might have to. I'll fiddle with it, guys. I'll make sure next time that I've got my lights better set up. Just so they're not in. I'm casting a shadow over it, sorry. Alright, I think I'm happy with that. And now we're going to go into behind her ear. Now all of this, I've got my Tuscan, she's got a little bauble there, little earrings I suppose, yeah, bauble, earrings. And terracotta. And my orange again. And just going to darken it up again. So Tuscan, just around your earring. And terracotta. Oh, that's cute. I like it. All right, I'm going to do the same on the other side. So, my Tuscan. Okay, so, because this, I think this section is going to be fairly light as we go into the darker side of it. But this is still under the majority of it, and at the nape of her hair, so light's not really hitting this, so it's more of her true sort of hair colour, a little bit darker. Okay, so that's Tuscan and terracotta. Medium pressure. We can always add colour in, we can't take it out, or it's harder to take it out. Actually, I need to come down here as well. Yep. And then just easing off the pressure, because that's where I'll be putting the next colour, so just preparing it for the next colour. Yeah, I think that's really cute. I like that. And actually what I'm going to do is, how can you say this? Oh yeah, you can. Okay, Tuscan. And Tuscan. And I'm just going to, yeah, I'll do this one as well. Just working basically. Okay, yep. Yeah, so working side to side for that section. It's quite a big section, but it'll look good, I think. You can always be hopeful. Alright, so terracotta now, just over that Tuscan. just light pressure and just sort of blending the Tuscan red and then just making it lighter because the Cadmium orange is going to be over the top of it. Right, so really taking the pressure off my pencil a lot here. Still want the hue of the terracotta, but I don't want it as dark. Right, that's good. And then I'm going to bring again light pressure, light pressure, light pressure. I think we've got a storm coming. Can sort of hear it. Yeah, okay, that's good. And now we're going to get our orange, and I'm just going to Cadmium orange, sorry. I'm just going to go over these areas. Now, how did I solve the problem of the camera? I know you're all dying to know. Well, I tried it every which way. I couldn't get the angles right. It was upside down. I couldn't get it where it worked with the lights. It was too small for me to see the viewfinder, so I didn't know until, you know, I sort of popped it onto the computer what it looked like, which really irritated me. I like to be able to see on the screen so that I can adjust things. As you know, I'm sort of always getting up and down and having a bit of a look. So what did I do? I laugh now. I didn't tell my husband at the time, but he's a darling. I got onto eBay and I went, okay, my iPad, I know how to use it. It's 32 gigabyte, which is why I'm having the problem with not having much storage. And if I do a video, it completely obliterates the storage and I can only sort of record an hour. I went, I need 64 gigabytes. I don't need the latest iPad. Haven't got the money for that. But get onto eBay. Let's have a bit of a look for 64 gigabyte iPads and see what I can come up with. And I ended up getting one that's 2 generations newer than my old one. 64 gigabyte. It's honestly, when I got it, I went, it's like it's never been used. It's just pristine. And I'm so happy. And I hid it for about a week. And then my husband Darren asked me, he said, how are you going with the video camera? And I said, it's not working. I can't work it. It's all too hard. And he said, oh, what are you going to do, darling? And I said, well, funny you should ask. And I pulled out the new iPad. Well, it's new to me anyway. It wasn't brand new, but... And he went, awesome. He said, that's a great idea. I went, God, you're a darling. Thank you. We don't have a lot of money, but he said, look, if it works and you're happy with it, then, you know, I have sold on stuff on eBay. I used to sell quite a bit of stuff on eBay years and years ago. And I'm thinking of just doing a bit of a clear out of clothes and you know, stuff that we're not using and photographing it and popping it on eBay. And I'll do the same with the video camera. Look, I might not get the full price. Oh, Goldenrod, guys, sorry, I'm chatting on. Yeah, I might not get the price that I paid for it, but I'll get something for it. And Darren sort of said, and I suppose you'll be, you know, selling your first iPad as well. Yeah, darling, yeah, I don't know. I mean, this one does exactly the same that the old one does. I've just got a real attachment to the other one. I mean, he doesn't use them at all. He's got his desktop. He loves the desktop. He's so Mr., you know, 90s. He won't use any of the new tablets or any of those sorts of things, or phones. He's just not into it. So he likes sitting in his man cave and with his desktop and doing all his stuff that way. So he won't use it. So I've sort of got two. I understand what he means. It's sort of silly. I'll see how I feel. But that's the story of the camera. I'm not using it, don't like it, and I've got heaps of storage on this new iPad. I can do 6-hour videos if I want. Not that I want to do 6-hour videos, but I don't have to be worried about the time, which I'm so happy about. Okay, through all of that, I hope you followed where I was going. So we've just been playing around, layering those colours just in the darker section under this big wave that she's got here, over here. So I'm not going to bring in the Canary yellow here. Goldenrod will be the one that I'll stick to in this area. I'm just going to bring in a little bit more of the orange. And then I can stand back and have a bit of a look, just see if I'm sort of happy with it. Right, so let me have a bit of a look. My glasses on again. Alright, Terracotta. And all I'm doing is just pressing a little bit firmer towards that section and then just laying off the pressure as I go out, if that makes sense. Yep, and I'll probably do the same here. So, a little bit more pressure and then less as I'm coming out. Okay, I'm pretty happy with her. Yeah, I think that's good. All right, so, oops, breaking my chair. Sorry, just a pencil eraser. Just going through the line. All right, good. Now I think I can take off my jacket now. Oh, getting really into it if I'm taking off my jacket. Right, okay, so let's do this upper wave section. Just make sure you guys can see everything. Yep. All right, so we finished on the goldenrod, so I'm just gonna go back over that goldenrod a little bit more. And then I'm going to bring in the cadmium orange just lightly, because I can darken it up later, but I just want to do a light layer at first just to see if it sits well with me, just to see whether I'm happy with the colours and where I've put them. Going to go into this section as well. Okay, so just a really light pressure, as I say, grazing the page. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And now I'm going to still be bringing in, I don't want terracotta yet, so I'm going to do the opposite, and I'm going to do goldenrod. I think I just want to keep this upper sections quite light, because the sun from above is going to be hitting those. And I think let's bring in some canary into this section, maybe a little bit more into here as well. I love these types of illustrations. There's no constraints. They're just fun. They're fun and they're cute, and you can make them, you know, really there's some guidelines with the lines, but it's not grayscale, it's just line art. You can change it up, you can do all sorts of things. So I'm really happy I found, well, Sarah found me actually, and asked on Instagram whether I was up for colouring one of her mermaids, and I said absolutely, they're so cute. So once I've finished her hair, I will sort of finish her off, and then I'll post her on Instagram and Facebook, the groups that I'm in. All right, so that's the goldenrod. You can tell I'm a bit skitty today. I was haven't done this for a while. Okay, so that's where we have the orange. Going to darken that a little bit with the orange, but I just want to bring the goldenrod a little bit more into it, so that it's not all canary. And because we're going to start going into areas down here where it's going to be darker. So many light layers give you blendability, so you can blend different tones into, or different colors into one another. So that's one advantage of light layers, and two is you can roughly see, am I happy with that section? And if you are, it's sort of like a prequel to what you're trying to achieve. So you can sort of go, yeah, that's what I'm looking for, or you know what, no. And you haven't done too much damage because it's light layers, so you can always change it. But if you're happy, then you can go, okay, let's darken it up, guys. Let's go for it. Cadmium orange again, and as I just said, I'm just going to darken up these areas because I'm happy with that. And where I've put the goldenrod, probably just going to bring it more into this area. So tonally, this is probably going to match. Sorry guys, I see stuff and sometimes I can't help myself. I could be working on a completely different area and then, no, I just want to darken that up. Even though it's a light canary yellow, I'm pressing a lot firmer now. I just want to lock that part away so that I'm happy and all the colours blend. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Okay, so then back to my cadmium. So I hope everyone's been well. I really haven't been on social media very much. I do a quick check-in with Instagram and Facebook, but I really, if I didn't respond to a message or something like that, I'm really, really sorry. And now I've just got so many of them, quite a few of them. I don't think I've got the energy to go through. I think I tried to keep on top of it. I hope I did. But if someone sent me a message and I didn't respond, I'm really, really sorry. I usually respond, you know, even if you say, you know, something like, I you know, I really like this colouring, or, you know, I love the flowers that you did here. I always say thank you. I just think it's manners. And if someone's done that and I didn't respond, I'm really sorry. I'm one of these people that will always respond, even if it is just with a thank you because someone's making a nice comment. But I just haven't been up to it. I've had some family issues in the middle of me not being well. So it all sort of accumulated. And I always just want to sort of almost disappear a bit. I know that sounds awful, but it's sort of the way I feel. Okay, I think that's looking really cute. Now, what I've got planned for here, I'm going to do this side first. You know how I said about the ombre, reverse ombre, I think it is. Don't they have, no, it's not a reverse ombre, is it? Yeah, it is. Like they have darker on the top and, oh God, I don't know. I think, yeah, it's lighter on the bottom. Well, I'm doing the reverse, yeah, so it is a reverse ombre. Alright, so I've got my Tuscan red. Just being a little bit cautious there, but light pressure. As you can see, you can sort of see the white still through the white of the paper, through what I'm colouring. Which I hate it with a passion. That's just me. Some people quite like it. I don't like it. Just on my work. It's fine for everyone else, but just on my work I sort of go, oh, I don't like the look of it, so. God, I am scatty. I hope I'm making sense. And it's blowing a gale outside. Oh, some really bad bushfires up in Queensland and New South Wales. If you're up in those areas, I hope you're okay. My family's all up there, so I checked in with them. But down here in Melbourne, we've had Terracotta. We've had a fairly typical spring, I suppose. We've got a cooler climate down here in Melbourne. We get our hot days, but not as many, obviously, as Sydney and sort of going up towards Brisbane. And we had a reasonable sort of spring day yesterday, maybe a little bit hot. And today it looks like a huge storm's coming in. Alright, so that's the Terracotta over the Tuscan red. And the last one I'll grab is, again, my Cadmium. So if anyone is up in those areas, please be safe. Take advice from the Rural Fire Brigade. I'm sure everyone will. House is not worth your life. So if you're told to get out, go. my parents live on the mid-north coast and they've been through a couple of bushfires. This one seems to be missing them, but you never know. Today's supposed to be really hot up there, so I hope everyone's okay. And I think I'll finish it off with the Goldenrod. And then we can have a bit of a look and see how that all melds together. If I'm happy with the colours. Do my famous stand up. Let's have a look at the whole thing. Yeah, so if we darken that up, I think that'll look really cute. Alright, so I'm here anyway, so I might as well start here with my Goldenrod. And sort of now I'm back to my traditional foot colours. Really the Canary yellow was really just for those highlights I wanted to do at the top of her hair where the light, what am I trying to say? Where the light is obviously hitting those areas, because she is nearer the surface. That's what I meant to say. Okay. Now I've got, after this video, I've got an amber colour that I want to show you. Cadmium again. We're just darkening and blending. Yeah, so the next video I do will probably be the amber colour that I've got, that I'm really happy with. And sorry guys, oh yeah, that's the strawberry blonde. Sorry, I'm just looking at a few. No, the strawberry blonde, oh, no, I'll do the strawberry blonde later. I've got a whole range of blondes, but I really want to do the amber next, hopefully, fingers crossed. And then I've got two blacks that I've already done everything else in the picture except for, do you know how hard it is for me not to colour the hair first? In a picture, it's torture because it sort of sets the tone for the picture I'm colouring. I usually do it's 50-50. Sometimes I'll do the skin first and then the hair, and other times I'll do the hair, then the skin, and then the rest of the picture sort of falls into line. So what I've done is I've got a whole range of pictures that I've done everything else except for the hair, and that was really, really difficult for me to not have the hair done. So I've got two blacks that I want to do. So I want to do a blue black and then just a straight black, which of course has grey highlights because it's just not black. There's always going to be, even the darkest colours have lighter highlights to them. So I've got a black that shows that. So they're the other two that I wanted to do. And then I think we'll do some skin. I think we'll go into the skin tones from there and do a couple of those, and then we can start to put some pictures together. Alright, so that was just darkening everything up. So it was just blending everything through. You can just see by doing the light layers, the gradient of it all sort of melds together quite nicely. Sometimes it might take, depending on what you're trying to blend together, sometimes it can take 2 or 3 very light layers to really blend everything together, but you will get there. Alright, now because I'm on a roll with this, I'm going to work upwards. So alright, so Tuscan red. Oh, can you guys see? Yeah. Right, so I'm just working on these ones. So Tuscan red. Just being a little bit cautious. Light layer where you can see the white through it. Let's do this one. Lighter layer. I think that'll stop about there. And this one, I just printed this out from PDF, so I'm not quite sure. Sarah would probably be able to tell you if you wanted to know, or there's probably a flip through of her colouring book on YouTube anyway, where these sections are sort of cut off. I think that's just my printer. I'm sure that it's probably a continuation through in the actual colouring book and her PDF version. I'm just going to do all the ends because I was really happy with this one over here. So just taking a little bit of care, which I'm not known for. Now this is this part, so I'm not going to darken that up too much. Okay, so I think to there, that's fine. And this one comes down, and yes, that goes behind the other one. So we are going to do a darker part here. But so we've got that. I'll see. I'm not going to get caught up in it. Okay. Now, if we I just want to do this part as well. where it's coming out. Just that one. All right. Okay, so terracotta. Let's do this one. And light layer of cardamom there. And I think really only terracotta in this area. Don't think I need the cardamom. Again, a light layer. And then I'll bring on the orange. Yeah, they're cute, so let's just darken them up. Tuscan. Trying to take a little bit of that out because it's a dark colour, so although it's going to be sort of a fairly deep blue down here, and obviously lighter as it gets towards the surface where the sunlight's hitting it. And this one. Cute. Terracotta. Going over those areas, just darkening them up again. So just an extra layer. And what you're probably going to need to do, if you, and this is Tuscan red in any environment, so whether it's hair or you're using it for something else, if you finish your picture and you walk away and say you come back the next day or the next week, you will see that the Tuscan red has faded. It's just the pigment of it. You have to go back over it. It's just the way of it. And then once you're good and ready, once you've like finished your picture, there's a couple of blacks like that as well. This is with Prismacolors, guys. Sorry. I don't think I said that we were using Prismacolor pencils. Yes, we're using Prismacolors. Sorry, guys. I'll put that in the description. Yeah, there's a couple of Prismacolor pencils that fade dreadfully. They're usually the reds. So if you don't finish your picture and then use a spray sealant, okay, which is what I use on, oh there you go, on all of my finish works, because it stops obviously it from fading any further. Once it's sealed, it's sealed. You don't have to worry. But if you walk away from these usually it's the blacks, the red tones, some of the blues. They're probably the three major ones in the Prismacolors that will fade quite significantly. You'll have to go back over them. It's just the way of it if you haven't finished the whole picture. I would suggest that, and even for your colouring books, get a spray sealant. It really just finishes the work off. It stops them smudging. If you're working in a colouring book where obviously you've got, you know, something on each side, and you've got, I've got, I think, what am I trying to say? The first colouring book that I got was on every page. So if I coloured something and then, you know, later on coloured something else, you go back to that page and it'd be on the other page that you haven't coloured. You know what I mean? And that's when I went, well, I have to rub out, you know, the other page for me to colour it, and there's got to be a better way. And someone suggested the sealants, and they really do work. They're great. So I would suggest they're like $5 you know, I think that was the one I got from Officeworks was $5. You can get more expensive ones, but I think they all work the same really, and they're worth it. Only need to do a light coat. It's almost like just a lacquer. I get the matte. There is a glossy finish that you can get as well, but no, I think it detracts from your colouring. So that would be my suggestion. It's only a suggestion, but if you're getting serious into it, and especially with the Prismacolor pencils, because they're so soft that the trade-off is, you know, the pigment fades. Okay, so just done this area, and now I'm hoping that I'm showing you, yeah, you can see. And I think we'll do this one as well. And really just going over those sections of curls now. And just really getting that Little Mermaid vibe as we get into the oranges and the reds. Light layers. Yeah, I'm happy with that, and I'm just going to do a little bit more terracotta, just blend it a little bit better. haven't heard anything too much from my puppy dogs, so I think they're all asleep on the lounge. They were at the door when I went in before, but I think they've realised there's 2 closed doors between them and me now. And so they get into position A, which is on our couch, on their couch. Alright, okay, this one. Alright, so it was orange there, so I'm just going to bring in more of that orange here. And I don't think I'll finish it off with the Tuscan, but I will finish it off with the Terracotta, just where it's going to go under her fin. And just go back over. Making sure it's all blending. It's all looking sort of like a gradient. Alright, so that's good. Now I might just do a quick pencil sharpen. Colours, beautiful. Alright, so again we're going from the bottom, so I've got my terracotta and we'll just go over these strands down here. Just going lighter, just where I want to blend it into the orange. Make it a little bit darker through here, I think. I want to keep that quite a bit darker than that. So it's really just playing around. Just playing around with where you want it light, where you want it dark. Only reason I wanted to do it this way was because I want to do the same with the water. You know, as soon as I saw this illustration, I thought, oh, what a great illustration. Like, you know, you've got basically got the surface, you know, up here, and you can do so much with that. You can do so much with the fishes and perhaps this, you know, sort of sea plant, whatever it is, kelp or whatever it is. You can put, you know, lighter areas, you know, on these. So I wanted to do the same with her hair, so it's darker at the ends, and where it's being hit by the light, it's obviously lighter. So that was the reason that I wanted to try this out. The previous video that I did with the video camera that didn't work, I'm really glad that it didn't work now, because I didn't do it this way. I just did it normally. I just, used my 5 colours like I would normally do. You know, sort of making the shine in the middle of the, you know, sort of in the middle of the section of hair, like I would normally do. And did I throw it out? I think I did. I think I got so upset that the video, otherwise I could show you. No, I think I ended up throwing it out and printing out another one. I was so angry. You know, because it was like an hour and a half or something for my time. Not that my time's precious or anything like that. But, yeah, I was really bummed that it didn't work out. Anyway, I'm much happier because I know how to use my iPad, know how to upload it. Done it all before, so it's much better for me. Oh, bugger you. Sorry, guys. Now that is called a point that has broken off. Oh, this is going to be one of those pencils. Oh, sorry, guys. This is a new one that I got last week, I think it was, and I haven't really used it. So there's, that's what I hate about Prismacolor hand pencils. So 2 points gone. What a waste of money it is. Have I finally got it? Yeah. Right, that's not going to break. Oh, yes it is. Oh, yeah. Oh, I hate this. I should know this is a softer colour. You know how I was explaining that there are softer cores with the Prismacolors than some of the other Prismacolor pencils. This is one of them. So I should know better. I think I'm okay now. But, you know, that's a good... it's annoying. And I have tried every pencil sharpener out there, I swear. I've tried the Prismacolor ones. You know, they say, oh, if you know, it's because you're sharpening them wrong. That's why they break. It's not why they break. They break because they've been dropped or something like that, and the core's already broken. When you get stuff like that, the core is already broken before you even start, sharpening it. So they're liars. It's got nothing to do, 'cause I wrote them an email a while ago saying how annoyed I was by this, and I'm in Australia, and they're quite expensive pencils here. They're $3 each to buy. It's a lot of money for a pencil, I think. It's not too bad, but yeah, still, it is a lot of money. And yes, the response I got was, "Oh, you're not using the correct sharpeners. You need to use a proper Prismacolor sharpener." Well, I got it, didn't work, same deal. So, and the thing is that they've got me because I love the product. I get annoyed at it, but I can't help myself. I keep coming back to them. They were the first pencils first colour pencils really that I got, and I did a whole heap of watched a whole heap of shoots on YouTube, and they were all Prismacolor pencils. So I'm sort of invested. They've got me because I'm invested in them and I love them. But it doesn't stop me from getting annoyed at the quality of their product. Now, I know you can microwave or put them in the oven or blow dryer, put them near the heater, but you shouldn't have to do that. That's the thing. No, I haven't tried any of those things, and I probably will, but that shouldn't be the answer to the problem. I have had pencils where I keep sharpening and, it's a full pencil and I'll end up with a stub like this. That shouldn't happen in a quality product. And I'm told that when they first came out, I'm not sure because it's an American brand, I believe, some of our American friends might be able to tell me more about this, about the history of Prismacolor, but I believe that they were owned, whoever owned them first, the quality was much better, I've been told. Yeah, so it's just a shame. It just makes... Oh, I've got... Sorry, I'm ranting on. Goldenrod, guys. Goldenrod. I'm just annoyed. That just annoys me. Anyway, that's okay. I've gotten over it. Shouldn't happen, but it does. All right, so just coming up now, and I'm going to be sort of alternating because I want to make it as seamlessly as I can to blend into the goldenrod. So just light layers so that we can just make sure that the blend's good and there's no obvious transition lines, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think that's happy with that. We're coming up into this area. Again, just and then we hit in here. Now, I at first thought that was just going to be, no, the whole thing's getting coloured. I think that that's what Sia was going for. It just looks odd if it's just that one sort of section, so it's going to be the whole section. Alright, so that's going over everything with the goldenrod, and now we're just going to pick and choose a few areas to darken up for the transition. Okay, so that's, I've got my orange, so my cardamom. I think a little bit down in here too. And under this one. Light layers, we'll just play around with it until we're happy with the transition and where we've got the colours. I think I want to bring a little bit, I don't know, just darken this area up a bit. Yeah, I might just bring a little bit of terracotta into these areas as well. Won't go as far as putting the Tuscan in, but just the goldenrod. Maybe a tad of the, just to brighten it up a little bit. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And okay, yeah, you guys can see. I'm just going to brighten this up just with the Canary. So I am pressing a little bit further, a little bit harder. Okay, goldenrod, actually. a little bit of a light layer of terracotta. A little bit of terracotta here as well. Just a light layer. Just about building up the colour till I'm happy. Alright, now my orange. And the goldenrod. Pressing a little bit further, firmer now, so that I've got an idea of what I'm happy with the colour gradient. So I'm just lending a little bit more pressure to the page. Yeah, just might bring in a little bit more of that goldenrod down here as well. And then the orange. I might just finish off with the goldenrod in that area. Let me see, I don't want to bring too much of the but I think if we now go over with the goldenrod, it just might be the tone that I'm looking for just in that last section. Yeah. I'll just do this. So I am pressing quite firm here now. Just really blending those final sort of pieces together. And just a little more here, and a little bit of the Canary. Don't really think you need it down here. I'm using it more as a little bit more of a blender and just to brighten the area, because it's a great colour, canary yellow. It really makes everything pop a bit. Okay, so let me stand back and just see. What have we got, guys? What does it look like? Oh, she's pretty. I'm really happy with that. Yeah, I like it. Probably what I would do is, for instance, when I'm I would leave the hair as it is right now. I would do the rest of the picture, and right at the end, just these sections where it will fade, it will definitely fade, these Tuscan red areas, I would just darken them up. Yeah, maybe a little bit more terracotta in here. But you get the idea. I think I'm really happy with that. I'm much happier than I was with the previous one. And it's sort of giving you, a little bit of a reverse ombre. So I think she's really cute. I'll finish her up at some stage and pop her on Instagram. Please see the details section of this video, and I'll post all Sia's details of where you can purchase this colouring book, or the PDF. Thanks for sticking with me, guys. Hopefully I'm feeling pretty good, so I'm hoping that we're back on track now and I can get some more videos out to you soon. So thanks for putting up with me, and everyone be safe. Okay, bye.